because we've now got a slam poet for you, all the way from Amsterdam, showing some respect, social respect back for Wilf Mevttens.
Right, I'm no good at introductions like, and I'm sure you'll hear enough of my voice anyway. So I'm Wilf Mevttens, and this is slam poetry. Enter these walls of words, because poetry's a long way from alive. Slam's the bloody heart, and I'm the electric shock. I want to cut it out like shy lock. I want to rip away the ribcage, tear it like the page. The flesh is bruised, flowers of yellow round purple hearts. Lyrical perfection, limericks, restriction. I perform an exorcism. Excuse me. In fact, I'm going to form a commune away from these isms. My vision's to subvert this prison of adverbs. Adverbs and pronouns can't find their place. And somewhere deep in Milton Keynes, our voice is dying, while I'm trying to end this nation's famine of meaning. Leap like a salmon in diction, fly over landscapes of fiction. In fact, I writ some rhymes, in times a nightmare but poetry crimes.
Get on!
You got factories spewing yards of get well soon cards. Which of us let poetry become Clinton's cards, bitch? Don't you think it's sad, mad, the culture's now made, weighed, laid like an egg from focus groups? We're not the people, we're individuals. Demographic markets hit like targets. Where we had fables, now there's labels. You're a b-boy, a hippie, a townie. There's 30-somethings, country bumpkins, clubbers and lovers of funk, punks, climbers, fallers, fakers, skaters, teeny boppers, Harrods shoppers, nerds, birds, goths, wrapped in a world of black, knapsack for a hiker, the product of uni for a writer, and at ease with their DVDs are Trekkies, and the daddy of them all, yuppies. They've locked us up with lifestyle choices, with walls of words. My advice to the young independent female is to put on your chainmail, wield your chances like lances, and stop leaving the heat to a magazine. The revolution's not on the television. Don't let Neo fight the power while a computer program decides which sachet of shampoo defines you as a person. Enter these walls of words, balding man, the tired old earner of bread with the middle-aged spread. I say there's nothing less rebellious than buying a car. We don't care how old you are. You want a crisis? Look no further than your wife's tits. I see a terrorist, a feminist, a geologist who sees the way the earth turns, an archaeologist here to penetrate these times. I'm just a part of the mixture, a permanent fixture in this walls of words, gliding like birds in this man-made storm that lashes the window of the TV screen, and I'm going to rub you out. No, I don't have a gun. I use the venom of my tongue. So enter these walls of words, listen to the past, leave a message for the future. One is made of Play-Doh, the other's made of stone. And drop that Milky Bar fashion skin flick and enter these walls of words, dark, darker than the heart of darkness, darker than the light reflected. And if you leave with nothing else, remember that those documentaries on TV don't say half I do through slam poetry. The fuck-ups are all to create a certain atmosphere there. Right, this is what we buy. Kung Fu street magic twat. Is there anything you can buy that will wake you up? I seem to have the answers in my TV set. I see monkeys in city halls and towers that scrape the sky, but they're no closer to God. Orangutans caged by lies, strangled by their ties. I won't enter that jungle greed green they've got. Chasing bananas up tall trees, you're climbing until you're sweaty and hairy and cut, and then you realise the banana's digitised, the dream to keep you climbing, and you look down and you've got long gorilla fingers, so I won't be a monkey too, I won't do as monkeys do. That's why I step to the river made out of brown paper. MCs, they speak to me through CDs, they tell me the truth will set me free, and respect for that. I follow the way they proceed, while cats on the street be empty, slaves to tills, red letter bills or weekend thrills, slowly dying instead of being or seeing themselves in a mirror the way I see myself in slam, who I am, reflected eternal in ink, my mark, my imprint, my liquid truth drips from this moving pen. Still, I'm no different. I keep my head down and count sheep, never implement my initiative. So what right have I to tell you how to think? I'm just another piece of the pie, at peace with the sky and the way the sun rolls round the earth, waking a million people up and sending a million to sleep. All I know is that nothing I've bought has woken me up. Like you, my future's sewn into Nike trainers by New World slaves who I don't know, and who were made by these hands, and our fathers' hands, and your hands, and our children's hands, until that heavy moment when the first TV hits the street and people remember that time doesn't live in watches, that they're more than a figure in a bank, and there's nothing they can buy that'll wake them up. Yeah. For a change of pace here. This poem. This poem is free. This poem, a mind and LSD. This poem vibrates like a text message behind my eyes. Synapses explode like terrorists in my brain, and this poem, like a tree, grows. Great boughs of meaning straining against gravity. This poem fucks form and screws structure behind the bike sheds. From behind this poem, I stare into your eyes. This poem is chained only by your reading, and if you can't read, then this poem is just marks on a page. I have no way of knowing if you can hear this poem, how I say it, or see it through the ink. I have no way of knowing if you're thinking what I thought when I wrote this poem, or if you already think the thoughts I caught in this poem. Now I'm thinking maybe you think I'm a dick. You could be thick. This poem has no way of knowing, no way of telling what you think. So just let this poem buzz round you like flies. Open the windows of your eyes, your ears, and just see if this poem sticks in your ointment. Put a rat in this poem and watch it find its way out. I wrote this poem, and you'll hear it how you will, how you always thought you would, and where our two minds collide is this poem. Don't let anyone tell you what it means. Don't let them tie it down to a school desk and pick apart this poem to find its guilty, beating heart. Or weld it to all the other words and all the other poems, because it's mine, it's ours, it's me and you so close through this poem. I hate computers, I hate machines. So I wrote a poem about hating machines. It's dedicated to Steve because he loves them. I can't see him, but he's on so much. This is yours, Steve. They told me I'm welcome in the future. They told me I'm welcome in their future. Flying cars, cure for cancer, bigger TVs, smaller fees, holograms and teleports. The world a safer place where shining towers scrape the sky. And your part? Just wait, sit tight. We will shortly be arriving at the truth. It's between screens in the machines that open your doors and close them behind you. That's what they told me, but I listen to the past. It whispers in my ear that we're no closer to the truth than when we roam the plains, than those who live in chains. But wait, commercial break, are you sure you don't look bad? I'm beginning to see wrinkles and bags under those eyes. You look sad, but we'll save you. Here's the science bit, the truth, or we wouldn't say it. We found a problem and we have the cure, and we'll make sure you pay the money and you're welcome in the future. Isn't that shit funny? I'm not talking funny, ha-ha, here we are here, and it's harder to be happy year by year, day by day we are sold, and hour by hour our fears run in digits across the stock exchange, shares in our consumption. Welcome to the future. You don't buy this and the girl won't fuck you. You buy this and the boy will love you. You'll be a star, an individual. But wait, news bulletin, be afraid, communists, terrorists, the SARS virus, this, that, the other. Around the corner, there's a gunman waiting to put a bullet in your mother. There's a rapist, an immigrant, like those ones screaming on the news.